Welcome to our tutorial video on our public Microns resources. I'm going to take you through a brief introduction of how to visualize the data we've released on the Microns Explorer website, and we'll also take a brief look at the open source analyses we've released on Microns Binder. Let's start with visualization. You can access the page for our Phase 1 reconstruction here at micronsexplorer.org. The first page describes some high-level information about the project, and the page for the release dataset is up here under Data. The data page starts with some basic information about the dataset and some links to more detailed information about available analysis data. We'll click here to view the dataset for now. After a few seconds of loading, you'll see a page like this using Neuroglancer to show the dataset. On the left side of the screen, you see a 2D view of the electron microscopy images and other dataset volumes. On the right side, you see a 3D view that uses computational meshes to display selected cells. I'll walk through some basic ways to use this interface, but if you're interested in learning more, see the question mark on the top right for more commands. Nearly all of the image data have been segmented, so you can select arbitrary cells in the segmentation by double-clicking around like this. You can also move around in either view by clicking and dragging. Clear your segment selection using Shift-Control-X. You can also right-click a layer for more fine-grained control of its selected segments and display properties. For example, you can add segment IDs of interest using this entry bar. Close out of these extra controls using the X button near the top right corner. One way to travel around easily is to right-click within the 3D view. That will center both views at the point where you click. You can also enter coordinates of interest at the top left. Zoom in either view using Ctrl+ to see more detail. You can also zoom out by using Ctrl-. Add or remove different data layers using the number keys. For this dataset, these layers will show the automatically segmented synaptic clefts and automatically segmented mitochondria at any location. Press the spacebar to add views of the YZ and XZ axes of the 2D data. Go back to our original view by hovering over the XY view and hitting Shift spacebar. At any point when going through these views, you can select more segments and look around. Everything is segmented, so there will always be something interesting to see. If you find a view that you want to save, click the Share button at the top right to save your current view as a link. You can store this link for yourself or share it with others. This is not the same as sharing the URL in the navigation bar of your browser, so you'll want to be a bit careful to use this button instead. That's a basic introduction to navigating around. Again, take a look at the question mark at the top right for more commands if you'd like. Let's move on to the analysis tools. At the GitHub link at the bottom of the screen, you'll find this page that describes our GitHub repository of public analyses. We posted some introductory notebooks for interacting with the segmentation volume, computational meshes, and other data within the intro section. We've also posted analyses from a recent manuscript on this site as well. Each analysis is contained within a directory. A directory gives a brief description for the goals of its analysis, outlines the basic data contained, and lists the scripts and notebooks used within. There are two primary ways to run the analyses for yourself or interact with the intermediate data directly. The first is using the binder functionality we've supported by clicking this badge near the top of the page. After a bit of loading, that takes you to a Jupyter Lab session in the cloud, where you can run the notebooks and view the scripts with all of the required dependencies pre-installed. Here, we're walking through a notebook that analyzes pyramidal cells and generates a Neuroglancer link to view the synapses between two cells. The second option is the more traditional one. You can clone this repository and install the dependencies yourself using the instructions within the README file. Thanks for watching, and we hope you find these resources valuable.